Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very exciting day. It is Tomu's graduation! Probably. This is They Call Me Tomu's deck review. They have sent in another Fisher's Talent Secret Commander deck, but this one, the commander's good. The commander might actually do it. The colors might actually be able to do it. So if you don't know, Fisher's Talent, it is this jank-ass enchantment where you can spend 4 mana to get to check the top card of your library on upkeep. If it's a land, guess what? Fish! And you get an extra card. Like, it's kind of good. It just costs so much mana for what it does. And then for 2 more mana, you can make that fish a 3/3 shark. For 4 more mana, so 10 mana total, you can make that 3/3 shark an 8/8 octopus. So, if we find it and we invest 10 mana and the top card of our library is a land, we get to put you in a kaiju movie. Again, it's cool, it's fun, it's just so much mana to make the whole thing of your deck. So we've seen, and they're doing something really dumb where they're trying to turn other stuff into fish to turn into octopus with artificial evolution. More doable with his moistness than anything else you've showed me. So this time we're doing it with Glarb, who lets you look at the top card of your library whenever. You can play lands and you can cast expensive spells off the top of your library, and you can tap him to surveil 2. So he's gonna let us work through our deck really quickly. No, that's, yeah, this tag was to rage bait me. These cards should be in the deck, unfortunately, to make it go crazy, because if you get more upkeeps, right, more octopi once we get it set up. Rage bait tag. Ramp on 1. Pretty good, right? We want to have this guy out as quickly as possible because he's the engine from which everything is going to flow. I think the only one I'm going to hate on is Wild Growth, because Wild Growth requires a green pip to make a green pip. Maybe you have done the lands really, really well here, but I do think, okay, you little rat, that's a lot of basics where you're trying to go. So we can probably find something better than Wild Growth. I know I'm a big proponent of Ramp on 1 for like speed, but we specifically want Glarb out. And so Utopia Sprawl, hey, you got a lot of forests, right? Are these the rage bait? The 15 basics into OG duel fucking combo. Okay, you rat. We're not, all right. Okay, if you want to run Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth, and just those 2, you have not rage baited me with Arbor Elf. If you want to run these 2, anybody, you do have to put way more time than normal into your mana base to make sure this pip situation is going to work. If you're just in green or just in 2 colors, who cares? But if you're in 3 colors, these are very unwieldy pieces of ramp that are quite potent when you get it right. So what should we do instead of this? This is perfect because this dovetails into what I wanted to suggest. Instead of your 18 million tutors, I do respect that we're doing this because we want to get Fisher's Talent, but I'm so excited about this because I think this version of the deck is good enough that instead of just telling you tutor, 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 we can actually play some cool synergistic stuff instead of just the good card. Because what I do think is a little bit boring is, okay, I've gotten Fisher's Talent, and now all I'm ripping is tutors. I'm not like, and I don't have a combo win, right? Maybe you want to rip more tutors because maybe you want to go like, okay, well now I really want to find Paradox Zone, and then I really want to find Artificial Evolution. So like, it's not, I don't necessarily think you're going to be out of stuff to do, but I do think the play pattern of I tutor, then 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 I tutor, may not be the most fun. And so I would love to recommend some stuff that I think will be really, really good for the deck and will make it feel a little bit glarbier. So the main thing I want to hone in on is Untappers. For your ramp section specifically, it is not Kiora, it is actually Behemoth Beckoner might be wicked for you. Hear me out, dude. Because once we get Fisher's Talent online, this is going to give us a bunch of really big creatures. Do we have Like, we only have 13 creatures in the deck, so we're not playing many. Titan will do it. Analyst won't. World Shaper won't. Oh, but we have a different Untapper Kiora. Okay. And we're probably only ever upticking her, right? Because the downtick on this does not help. Kiora the Crashing Wave is bad. Really bad. I mean, I guess it gives a little card draw. I am loath to believe that this Kiora is better than Kiora Behemoth Beckoner for the deck, but whatever. This is the biblical greed section. You get to have some bad pet cards here. Fuck Garuk, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. It is very... Ooh, I do really want it for Artificial Evolution. I think maybe the cut I would make here is doubling season, because like your whole shit is already biblical greed. Right? Like the whole fucking thing is already just like... Anyway. So on the ramp section, Kiora's follower. Let's finally get there. So this notably does not ramp on 1, which hurts a little bit. But notably, after you are done ramping, we can now untap Glarb to get through 4 cards a turn instead of just 2. I think that level of like card velocity is very, very potent, whether we're trying to dig for a tutor, whether we've already got Fisher's Talent and we're trying to dig to really, really make sure we hit a land, whether we want to try to set up like, oh, can I get a land? And then I want the draw after to also be good. Because let's remember, once we get Fisher's Talent, we get that card, we draw the land every time. It would be great just to make sure it's a land every time. It would be even greater if we could surveil so much that we could then go, okay, I know that's going to be a land. I know I get my 8/8, and I know that I'm going to get something useful off the next draw. So I think the other good untappers here, the first 2 I can think of, for like the top 3 to do this. This is an ability on the card. It's not the name. Bilbo's. If I just search Big B, yeah, Nimble Claw Adept. So 4 mana means we can play it off the top with Glarb. Untaps 2 other target permanents, means it can untap our lands. It can untap our commander and a land. It can untap our commander and an 8/8 to get it back as a blocker. It can untap our commander and it can untap another untapper. Does that go infinite immediately? I think it does. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, I don't think we should do this. I don't think you should unlock infinite surveil. I do believe, let's see, you have this, you have Kiora's follower, you have Glarb. The other 2 are tapped. You tap Nimbleclaw Adept, you untap Glarb and Kiora's follower. You tap Kiora's follower, untap Nimbleclaw Adept. Yeah, fuck. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, that sucks. Then perhaps... if I'm only gonna recommend one, which I think I am gonna do, because I don't think Infinite Surveil 2 is a satisfying play pattern for the deck. I think I would still recommend Nimbleclaw Adept over Kiora's follower, even though Nimbleclaw Adept does not help you with the ramp situation. I don't think land dropping into Glarb is the worst thing ever, particularly in this type of lower bracket jank play pattern you're going for. In Nimbleclaw Adept, we can play off the top with Glarb, and then, like I said, we can also use it to get lands untapped. We can use it to get blockers untapped. I don't think we have any other valuable things that we're tapping, which is a shame. So yeah, fuck, just this one. And then I think the other one is thankfully not going to interact with it. Fucking Sting, though. Sting, though, bro. Every combat untap. This is 4 mana. I get to surveil 8 every turn rotation. That's fucked. So I think I'm suggesting these 2 go in for Utopia Sprawl and Wild Growth, even though that will cut your ramp section a little bit. You still have 9, which is pretty aggressive. And I think the upside of these 2 cards is crazy, 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 crazy high. Or we could cut your least favorite tutors. Of your tutors, Beseech the Mirror, obviously very, 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 very powerful because we can potentially bargain it to get Fisher's Talent straight to field. I'm not sure this deck can do that because I don't see us making artifacts. I don't see us making tokens until we, you know, once we have Fisher's Talent, we do. And then the only 2 enchantments, or 2 of the 3 early enchantments, I told you to cut. Is there a way to fix that? Is there anything, like, obviously we make tokens in Sultai. Is there anything we could realistically care about having that would fix this? I don't think so. Beseech the Queen. Ironically, you're probably going to be paying a lot for this because there's almost no way your land base makes a lot of black pips. Clutch of the Undercity. Okay. Dark Petition. Okay. Kind of. It doesn't... it, like... it makes 3 black pips, one of which we then can't use on Fisher's Talent. Liliana Vess. Okay. Long-term plans. Very cute. Very, very cute with Glarb. To then just surveil away the stuff you don't want. I like Mythos of Brokos a lot. What the fuck are we personal tutoring? I mean, you know, it could be anything. Like, we could personal tutor removal. We could personal tutor a different tutor. Sylvan... What the fuck are we Sylvan tutoring, dog? What creature are we... Is that just for, like... Sphinx of the Second Sun? Like, what's our... Okay. Alright, I think... I think we maybe went a little crazy with our tutor situation, Tomu. I don't think, like, you're never wrong to have them. Tutors are never bad. Oh, I want to recommend more Untappers, but I don't, because I don't want you to go in, because it's just so easy to go infinite untappy tappy. Let me see other... Let's look at other ones that maybe won't be as annoying. I think 1,000-Year Elixir could be pretty valuable to you, and you're gonna be like, "What? But it's the same mana as my commander." This is especially valuable to you when your commander has been killed, which I don't think many people are going to be shooting Glarb on site, but I do think there will come situations where you have not yet assembled your army of 8/8s, and you need to block something that's pretty scary with Glarb. And then this enables you to replay Glarb and immediately get back to your untapping shit or surveilling shit. I'm not gonna go so far as to recommend fucking Patriarch Seal. Ooh, Freed from the Real kind of makes me feel something. You should turn Sylvan Tutor into Formidable Speaker right now. Because again, wait, no, fuck, shit, fuck, damn, bitch. Because now, wait. I think this being not manaless means it will not go true infinite. So maybe this one can be allowed, and this just gives you, like, if I assemble the Holy Trinity of Formidable Speaker, Nimbleclaw Adept, and my commander, I get to surveil 2 for every 1 mana I have. I think that's more tolerable. So I am going to full-threaded recommend this one over Sylvan Tutor, because it's going to get us to the same point of having the creature that we want. And it will work with our commander to get us more surveil. Retreat to Coral Helm would be really cute, and I think could definitely go in over a tutor if you wanted to drop the number of tutors down. I don't think we can do Lorith, because Lorith will go infinite with Nimbleclaw Adept. Oh, that's so frustrating. I'm thinking about this more to try to think, like, how can we get around this situation? I think the choice we have to make is you either get to play Nimbleclaw Adept, and then you have to be exceedingly, exceedingly careful with every other untapper you use. Or you can't play Nimbleclaw Adept, which sucks because Nimbleclaw Adept is CMC 4, so it's actually like the best one for Glarb because we can play it off the top. And then you can run whatever, because what's making Nimbleclaw Adept go infinite is the ability to untap two things that let us untap Glarb and another untapper. So if you like the idea of going untap crazy instead of just casting a million tutors, I would say run all the other like things that untap one thing and don't run Nimbleclaw Adept. If you're like, no, I want to be Tutors George, I want my Sphinx of the Second Sun every game, run Nimbleclaw Adept and Sting, but don't bring in, and like maybe retreat to Coral Helm if you want to be super cute, but don't bring in and Formidable Speaker for sure, but don't bring in like Eorith, don't bring in Yora's Follower, don't bring in any of these other things that are like, I tapped myself to untap one thing. Let's see how well this go. All right, so I have a Tutor, which is pretty good. I have my Commander. I don't have Ramp. I think this hand is so good that it's not gonna matter. I'm extremely demure. I am extremely mindful. I'm like, I land dropped into Glarb. I don't have anything going on. Please leave me alone. On someone else's turn, long-term plans, go get Fisher's Talent. I'm going to shortcut this by just now Fisher's Talent is on top. I draw it on my 5th turn. Huzzah. Fisher's Talent. Someone else's end step. You are not lands. Get out of here. Upkeep, not a land. Fuck me. All right, so now we have a bunch of interaction, extravagant replication, which is very, very, very cute. This one might be able to. I know I recommended this to you in the last one. This one might be able to go for an untapper. I really like the idea of playing more into untappy shenanigans with the Glarb version of the deck. And that's definitely not just because we're totally fucking stuck right now. Do we have Delirium? We have Creature, Sorcery, Instant, Sorcery, Land. Holy shit, we've got Delirium. Fuck yeah. Beautiful spell. Okay, so we green-black at some point. Blow up the biggest problem. Someone else's turn. Dismiss. I will draw this. Someone else's turn. Surveil 2. Alright, we're gonna get Beseech the Mirror. Great. I will... take Fisher's Talent all the way up. Because now I know I have a land on top. I'm gonna choose not to play it. So I'm just gonna pass my turn ominously. I will Surveil 2 to see if I... Yeah, I think Mole Man's fine here. Alright, turn 8. I get my first 8/8. We draw Mole Man. Oh, fuck yeah, brother. Oh, holy shit. So we go... Do I Shark Typhoon here? The only reason I would consider not Shark Typhooning is that it's going to scare the hose. Yeah, I just Shark Typhoon. And then Surveil 2. I don't think it's Tutor time, and we don't know about that forest, which is unfortunate, because I would see Artificial Evolution and Final Parting, and then I would have to order that. All right, so I get artificial evolution. I know I have a forest on top of my library. I play Mole Man, and I artificial evolution. So Mole Man makes fish. And then I think I besieged the mirror. I could have made 3 black pips here. It would have been a little bit rough, so that still worries me about this tutor, especially early. But I think I besiege the mirror and get rid of this octopus to get. Oh wait, no, it's too expensive. I can't do second sun. Okay, so this definitely works. It went surprisingly slow. I low-key am gonna recommend do a more full-throated recommendation of these untappers. I think these tutors, they're not bad, but they are like the wheels of justice. They grind reliably, yet very, very slowly. And it could be a few months, right, before Liliana's Supreme Court adjourns and actually gives you your 8/8 versus like, when I try to think of the utility of the untappers, it lets you untap Glarb to threaten a death touch blocker, and like you can just hold up the threat of activation, right? You can go like, oh, I'm gonna tap Glarb, look at some shit. If you try to do something, I will get active. Other incredibly good shouts for a Glarb deck in particular, I think would be either Vedelkin Orrery, or if you want to use a creature, there is the High Fate Trickster. I would kind of recommend not the High Fate Trickster, as brother, I think you might need a board wiper too. I was getting it, you know, it's bracket 2, we're chill, we're cool, we have Ingaruk's Wake. I was getting a little worried about, you know, how much our one death touching blocker had to hold it down for everybody. But I think this is the best version of the deck I have seen so far. I do think it can definitely assemble the Fisher's Talent Jank loop. Surveil 2 is great. Surveil 2 may not be enough, so definitely consider getting those good untappers in. Make the decision about whether you want Nimble-Claw Adept or whether you want like 8 of the more normal untappers. I think you put one of those 2 flash enablers in for anything, because you can play them with Glarb, and then everything from there you're like super happy about is good. I would consider, I don't think you have the slots for it. I don't think you need Firemind Vessel. Or actually, you might need Firemind Vessel more than you need Open the Way, because we can't play this with Glarb because it is too cheap, because X equals 0 when it's on top of your library. You could probably dump that for anything I've recommended here as well. So if there's anybody in the comments with other hot suggestions for Glarb, let me know. Otherwise, Tomu, I wish you the best. I hope this helps. Pretty good job.